Not every building on the square has a sub-basement with tunnels. I think it was specific in building it to help with the Underground Railroad. He sits in that corner, and I call him Charlie. My kids, my son, would draw pictures and would give it to the nanny and say, give it to the man, right upstairs. Give it to the man in the restaurant. And they would give it to the cooks, and finally my son, who was 3 at the time, was standing upstairs, and he said, why do you keep giving my pictures to the cooks? And Jennifer said, well, who do you want me to give it to? And he pointed down. If y'all ever turn the lights off, pitch black. Like this is one of those things where you can't see your hand. Pitch black.
Oh yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, turn your light off just for a second. Yeah, that's plenty actually.
That's plenty, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was thinking with
You know,
the
put it
2
back on
lights,
just so she gets there.
and as long as you remember that your pathway is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Like I have
Did you
tried
just hear
to
whistle?
do a pretty good job
That
of.
wasn't you?
No.
So we're gonna start down here. I normally start at the top with the public square, but since we're starting down here, the footprint, this footprint, maybe not this far down, was initially built in 1811 or 1812. The first business was here that far ago. Fire of 1849, everything burnt down in the square. They quickly brought this one back up, brought it back up to 1855. Where you are standing now was built in 1855. I think because by 1855, we had the Fugitive Slave Act, 1852. Free slaves were no longer free anymore if they were caught. Not every building on the square has a sub-basement with tunnels. I think it was specific in building it to help with the Underground Railroad. Why would you build tunnels in 1855 if you weren't trying to move something? They ended up moving booze as well, because we have found booze bottles in here. But we didn't know there was going to be prohibition in 1855 when we built it. I think he could have been a runaway slave. I think he could have worked at the Woodruff. I think he could have come from here, went over to the Woodruff, and I didn't used to, well, when I first came here, I moved in I bought this place in 2005, and we started cleaning this out because so much people just put trash down here. And I hired someone to carry all the garbage up and out. And he came to me and he said, do you know your place is haunted? And I said, well, 1855. I'm sure it's haunted. And he said, well, he just sits in the corner, and that's the corner right there. He sits in that corner, and I call him Charlie. He just sits and watches. That's all he said. He didn't say anything else. And then things just started happening. My kids, my son, would draw pictures and would give it to the nanny and say, give it to the man, right upstairs. Give it to the man in the restaurant. And I'll actually show y'all where he would do that. And they would give it to the cooks. And finally, my son, who was 3 at the time, was standing upstairs, and he said, why do you keep giving my pictures to the cooks? And Jennifer said, well, who do you want me to give it to? And he pointed down, and my kids were not allowed down here. Upstairs was a creepy basement, because upstairs was not nice either. So that was as far down as they could come. So the fact that my 3-year-old was like, the one down there. If you can imagine coming this way as part of the Underground Railroad and coming through this, this wouldn't be here because this is for the boiler, but if y'all ever turn the lights off, pitch black. Like this is one of those things where you can't see your hand. Pitch black. Scared to death, going this way, so close. But you've come a long way and you have no idea where you are. It's pretty scary. The area you are in now, this whole kind of like corner here, is basically what we call Charlie's space. And then like when you think you're done in this area, I'll take you one floor upstairs, because one floor upstairs is also active.
Okay.
The bathroom door locks on its own. That's where they say the kids are. It's where my kids have seen things. That's where the lights just won't work sometimes. I've had staff like see shadows go back and forth. So
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds good.
I am gonna head upstairs, check on my
I do have
staff.
a quick question.
Yeah.
Are all these lights on one switch? Or is there a way to cut like one or two of them?
Well, what you can do is just twist them out.
Okay.
But let me show you what
I didn't
what
know
we
if you
do
wanted it a
have.
little darker or
I'll
not.
turn off these.
Doesn't matter
The
to me.
one here, this one is on a standalone, which would give you some light. It might not be enough. But I will show you.
Because honestly, we've got night vision and flashlights
Yeah.
and infrared
Okay,
and
we'll
shit.
just turn this off and you'll see what you've got. Let me see. Hey, Mel, is the. See if the staircase over there light's on?
Okay.
When you round the corner, turn that staircase light on, and then I'll turn off the rest, and you'll see if it's enough light.
Because I have night vision and ultraviolet, so I'll be able to
Oh,
see
yeah,
movement and shadows a lot better if the
I
darker
would
it
say
is.
the one thing
so.
was the weirdest thing I'd seen is I did have someone come down. Is it on?
Yeah.
And we turned off the lights, and they stood there, and they took pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I mean, if that
I'll show you what I've got. I'll show you how.
'Cause that
dark it
looks
is,
like
and
it's
you
gonna
tell
light
me
up
if it's
there.
too dark.
Yeah.
might be enough. We have flashlights.
Yeah.
Just because the ultraviolet and infrared works.
Oh yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah.
I'll turn your light off just for a second. Yeah, that's plenty
That's
actually.
plenty, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was thinking with
You know,
the
turn
two
it back on
lights,
just so she gets-
and as long as you remember that your pathway is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Like I have
Did you
tried
just hear
to
whistle?
do
yeah,
a pretty
I did.
good job
That
of.
wasn't you?
No. Did
Okay.
you just hear that whistle?
Yeah.
I was talking.
I'm still recording. Did you hear a whistle?
I didn't hear this.
I heard a whistle over here.
Yeah, it was like right next to me. I thought it was you.
No.
Like
Okay.
That's
wheezing
why I
or
wanted to
something.
call it out because I'm like,
Nope,
I
no
just
whistle
heard-
here.
That's plenty
That's
actually.
plenty, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was thinking with
You know,
the
turn
two
it back on
lights,
just so she gets-
and as long as you remember that your pathway is pretty clear, and as long as you remember that your pathway is pretty clear.
file number 2. We are still in the sub-basement and we're going to start a spirit box session with the SB7 running through the portal. I'm actually going to move my recorder a little bit further away. So that device, if you speak near it, you'll be able to hear your voice through the white noise. Is Charlie down here with us tonight? Can you tell us what your occupation is? Let me turn off my light. Is my light a little bit too bright for you?
Do you know Hazel? Hazel who's upstairs? Do you like the picture Sarah draws? I can have Sarah come down and draw you another picture.
Sound like a response. I'm just not sure what that said.
Yeah.
Do you like the picture Sarah draws? I can have Sarah come down and draw you another picture.
you have a couple different ways you can communicate, so we're just going to try to see which one you may like better.
We did put a mailbox upstairs for you, Charlie, though, so when we get these letters, we come down and we read them to you. So just know that the box is up there all the time.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there's your whiskey. But Rachel was the last person, and she was here last week, and she was so happy that you wrote her back. Now, that's the new bottle of 7. Who took your old bottle of 7, Charlie? Do you know who took it? Because we'd really like to know who took the bottle from you. We know it doesn't matter. We got that from you, that you don't care. But we kind of care.
Are you sitting right by that bottle? Can you step away from it for that light to go off for a second?
I am.
I am.
Yeah, they off for a second.
Thank you.
Well, Charlie, if you want us to turn off this loud making machine, just touch one of these balls so it goes off, and then we'll make that noise go away.
Earlier, I thought I heard a whistle. Was that you? Can you verify that for us? Were you trying to get our attention?
It sounded like you said it was me.
It was me.
It sounded like it. For me, anyways.
Well, Charlie, I'm gonna have to go back upstairs and check the bar. We've got a live band up there, so if you have anything else to say to me, while I'm still down here, I am all ears and all eyes. Otherwise, I gotta go back up in a couple minutes.
Yeah, it does sound like a woman. Like the first woman's voice we've
Is there a woman down here?
Oh, did it say he's gone maybe?
Yeah, but that sounded like he's gone.
Oh, the woman said he's gone.